Thank you so much for joining us for Up to Speed on this Friday. We begin this Friday's episode with an update on something we talked about last Friday. The only difference, this update is 8 times brighter. We're, of course, talking about the 8th and final night of Hanukkah. So as those of the Jewish faith all over the world conclude this year's festivities, let's check back in with our V-Team families who are doing the same in our first slide. Now, last week, we got to meet the Cohen family and the Leventhal family. And you can see in these updated photos, all 8 candles are lit across the menorah to remember and celebrate that small quantity of oil from long ago miraculously staying lit for 8 straight days. Of course, to our friends who have graciously shared their faith with us, thank you for illuminating our lives this holiday season. Now, as we get ready to close out an unforgettable year, let's not forget just how much we've done to bring 5G to our customers all across the country. Just yesterday, we announced the extension of our nationwide 5G, expanding to cover another 24 million customers, bringing the total to more than 230 million people and counting who now have access to the speed and capabilities of Verizon 5G. Our engineers are working every day to ensure 5G becomes an integral part of our customers' lives. It's, of course, a goal we will all continue to focus on in 2021. Now, this goal is just one of many big topics we'll discuss with Hans at our kickoff meeting in January. So let's take our next slide and mark our calendars for Monday, January 2021. Feels good to reference the new year, folks. Hans and his leadership team are looking forward to getting a jump start to our 2021 goal with a very special kickoff webcast. Again, Monday, January 4th, noon Eastern. You can watch it right here on Up to Speed. And of course, if you haven't already, download and watch on our Inside Verizon app, which you could watch this episode, of course, as well on that Inside Verizon app. Now, for the new year, we are looking for some very special V-teamers who are ready for their 5G close-up. Yes, this is a casting call. The teams producing our awesome commercials hope to find more great V-team engineers to help tell our 5G story to the world. So in the most meta of ways, here is our ad about potentially starring in an ad using the ad itself. Hope you're following along. Here we go. Let's roll the video. You've seen and heard our Verizon engineers in these very spots talk about what it takes to build 5G right. Now we're looking for even more 5G engineers ready to star in commercials like this one. So engineers, nominate yourself or a deserving colleague to be our next Verizon 5G superstar. And maybe, just maybe, you can find yourself like our friend Russ here, walking in slow motion, looking pretty cool, and sharing our amazing 5G story. And there's our ad about the ad. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, here's how you can get things started. Engineers, you can nominate yourself or a deserving colleague. Send us names, contact information in a note to the Good Mailbox. You know the email, good@verizon.com. We are looking for 5G engineers who are ready for their commercial close-up. Again, send a note to good@verizon.com. From one group of superstars to another, we want to tell you about the ways some of our V-teamers are making the holidays extra special for our troops. Now, earlier this month, members of our network operations team in New Jersey gathered to collect food and supplies for the Adopt a Unit campaign in partnership with the Red Cross. Now, this is an annual event for so many of our V-teamers, but the pandemic, of course, made things a little difficult when it comes to collections. In fact, the event was originally canceled, but our V-team persevered, stepped in, and the message to our troops, despite the pandemic, was that we've got your 6 no matter what. Check it out.
All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the 2020 Adopt a Unit. Packages were showing up in Lincoln Park all week on top of the deliveries that came yesterday.
This year has been a tough year. People that support us over the years have backed away a little bit because of safety, because people are working from home, and that kind of hurt a little bit. The Verizon team, they came up with a way to do this safely, and we put it together.
It's amazing that we were able to pull this off. Safety, of course, is paramount. Everybody is social distancing. Everybody has on their mask.
I can tell you from being a veteran myself, when we were overseas on deployment, The teams that would go down at mail call and see the packages that were coming in, it just warmed the spirit. It was like Christmas morning. They're out there serving for us. Least thing we can do is to think about some of the things and gear that they need, package it together, and send it overseas. So thanks to everyone who participated today. It's been a fantastic event and really something where we come together as a team.
On behalf of the American Red Cross, the American people, our service members and their families, thank you to the Verizon employees who made this event possible.
And that right there makes you proud to be a V-teamer. Our thanks, of course, to our network operations team in New York and New Jersey for making it all happen for our troops. Now, those packages are going to troops currently serving in Afghanistan and North Africa. We are talking 5.5 tons of food and sanitary goods, all donated, packaged, shipped to the men and women serving our country. Well done to the team. Now, kindness, of course, is a theme we've been thinking about as we head towards the holidays. So let's keep the kindness going with more on a social media campaign that so many of you are taking part in. Let's roll the next video now. Over the weekend, our social teams came together to kickstart 12 Days of Kindness, from sharing smiles to notes of gratitude to meals with your friends and family. This campaign, running 12 days leading up to Christmas, of course, continues to challenge folks to spread kindness this holiday season. You'll want to head to our social channels, including at VZ Up to Speed, to check out the daily challenges and see how you can participate on social media. And to our V-teamers who have posted already on social, thank you for sharing all that kindness with the world. Now, before we go, let's talk a little bit about cardboard cutouts. Now, a few weeks ago, I told you about how our Up to Speed team sent me this cardboard cutout of my mother, knowing that I'd be away from her this Thanksgiving. Now, we were able to offer V-teamers in the same boat a chance to create their own cutout and make that long-distance connection with their loved ones matter. So we sent more than 300 cutouts to V-teamers and their families. So many of you responded, not just with your request for that cutout, but also your amazing stories about your families during this challenging holiday. So I wanted to learn more about these stories and how the cutouts are making your loved ones smile. So here are just a few of our V-teamers who shared their stories with us.
I saw the picture of you with your mom in the background, and I was like, that's hilarious. And then in the end of the episode, you said,
we want to send cutouts, maybe even a picture of you, a cutout of you, to your loved ones and surprise them.
And so I instantly knew I wanted to send it to my parents. They are in another state.
I felt like that was a way that I could easily get to my parents, help them feel like a connection to me.
My family is in upstate New York, and I'm in North Carolina with my wife and my 2 kids.
It was so wonderful to watch on Skype as she opened up this cardboard cutout box.
Michelle, it's me.
And laughed and smiled. The warmth that soared through my body at the time when she opened it up, and to see the grins on her face and my sister's face, it felt like we were sitting there next to each other, laughing like old times.
My sister-in-law opened the box, and she actually got startled because she wasn't expecting to see her brother-in-law in the box. I've kind of become elf on the shelf, getting hidden around the house.
Let's talk about this birthday party that your mom and dad put together.
Yeah, I was equally surprised. I actually found it on Facebook.
Happy birthday to you.
My mom and my dad singing me happy birthday at the kitchen table, and it was just hilarious.
Happy birthday to you. We love you.
What do you think your parents are how do you think they're gonna respond?
They will just be thrilled, one, to have something fun and just some entertainment. It is the first year ever in my whole life that my parents are going to be alone. So that's tough, right? And I think a lot of us are going through that.
We lost my father to cancer about 4 years ago, at this holiday time. It's tougher around the holidays because we all were with him through the last, month of his life. I know my dad's smiling down looking at the fun that we're having because he was a fun guy.
Just another reason to laugh, right? To enjoy that time that, while we're away, we're still close by.
Make the best out of it you can. Make every moment counts as you can.
Think about the people who are most important to you and make time to connect with them.
It's good to know that, in times like this, that we can move forward together and that we can work together and laugh together and enjoy the time that we have together. So we don't take that for granted. And I'm so proud to be part of Verizon.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much to our V-teamers for taking part in our cardboard cutout love there. And to Eric, Sarah, Miguel, and Michelle, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. So I am proudly showing off my cardboard cutout here, of course. But I just want to say, as a postscript to that video there, I brought this with me. And by that, I mean, as you know, I was recovering in New Jersey from COVID, and I went ahead and tested negative, and decided to travel back. And so while I appreciate the cutout, Mom, she's got a cutout of her own, and we're back together, folks. We're back on Up to Speed, eh, Mom? Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this little Friday edition with Mom's cameo here. Finally back on Up to Speed. Mom, you want to help me out here? Go ahead. We're going to close out. Go ahead.
Until next time.
You're Up to Speed. See you later. Have a great weekend, everybody.